stay with her. How about just talk to her first? How do people make this like?
He was the one that was going to go nuclear. Remember?
How the fuck?
Oh, you heated up so bad. Holy, you just went nuclear.
I don't understand.
I see a vein popping out of your head right now. Holy shit.
Because I don't understand how people just come to this conclusion of, I don't know if I should stay with her. You haven't even fucking talked to her.
And before this raise, they were ready to move in. So just shows you how much money changes things.
If you could share a bed with me, but then so quickly be like, I don't know if I should say to her, and then turn to the internet for fucking advice anyway. Like, you know what? She shouldn't stay with him. How about that?
Right?
She shouldn't stay with him.
Deserves better.
Criteria for me for a date. I was like, large bill, check. Nice place to eat, check.
Flower flowers? Oh, what subject? Stacey, is there a question here exactly? Or is she just on here making sure that people know about her whereabouts? Because this guy's a fucking psycho. What is the question?
So when we first moved into this place, the new place, all that YouTube money that we got from the previous episodes.
Oh, yes. That I haven't seen a dime of, but that's fine. We'll talk about that later.
Still in the same place. When we moved to the new place, right? So we were just like unpacking just tons of boxes, and I was just like, "Fuck, dude!" It's like we just packed this stuff, and now we're unpacking it, and then we moved all of it. So it was, all of that was really stressful, and so you start to get this like PTSD from all these boxes and shit like that. And weeks are going by, and I'm still getting boxes delivered to the front door. And I'm like, what is this? It's like, Amazon package. Who's it for? Not for me. It's for her. And I'm like, why are boxes still coming? And I'm just like seeing all these fucking boxes week after week after week. And I'm like, am I just out here making all this money and she's just spending it all?
New shit, dude. New house, new shit.
And it goes back to that point that you were saying earlier about sex is transactional. So
I mean,
she's like, oh, so is it a goal for women to just be like, oh,
no,
sex? We're just going to spend all the money.
No. However, you are getting it for free. So, I don't know.
And the items.
Is it free, though?
The items that were purchased were for both of us.
Okay, hold on. I got to go back. We'll cover that point there in a second. Going back to the other point. Is sex ever really free, though?
No. That's the whole point.
But it's not free for men. Because you got to do a lot of stuff to get there. Why is this so confusing?
Define. Because sometimes you guys don't even take off your fucking socks. So tell me what your... explain to me what long journey traveled you have to take. Besides, like, this is normal moral shit that somebody should do.
The 3 first dates and the gas to get there.
Let's just talk about the fact that, all right, if we're going to go back to the caveman era, this goes all the way back to the caveman era.
Oh, this is going to be good. We might not even get to a question. Go on.
And we're out there fighting the lions, the fucking tigers and shit, bringing the food home, you know, and when we get back, it's like, hey, you know, we're just giving massages to our girls, you know. Who? And we're always helping out around the house, building stuff. You know, I'm out there carrying things from one place to the other. That helps in contributing to getting sex as well. Sitting down watching that show that you don't really want to watch, but it's like, oh, okay, I'll watch this with you. Big caveman issue there. Yeah, it was a little bit different back then. Back then it was like, you know, she drew something on a wall, like, oh, okay. It was cute, babe. You know, but there's things to it, you know, telling the girl that her food's nice. Trying to think of other things that we do to, taking off the socks. Yeah, I don't.
Wait, this took an odd direction from Amazon boxes to lying about liking their cavemen.
It all is incorporated, though.
Here's what I'm saying. There used to be a structure.
Oh, okay? Really?
There used to be a structure.
What era was this? What age range?
I don't know.
Is this like old school shit or new school shit?
Yeah, like let's say 1950s.
This is back in your corsage days?
Yes. You know what? Yes. Yes. Here's the deal. There was a structure, okay? Man went to work. He dealt with all that shit.
Yep.
Okay? Woman stayed home. Woman cleaned house. Woman made meal.
The good old days.
You know what? I'm not mad about the idea. Okay, I'm really not. And I'll tell you why.
Strive to get there.
Because now that I have been in the workforce, did the job the men did the same job my husband did. Now I don't do that. I love my life so much more not dealing with all the bullshit.
Sure.
And look, it doesn't work for everybody. That's totally fine. But what I'm saying is that, okay, if my husband just worked 8 hours, 16 hours, and he comes home and leaves his socks on the floor because he gets dressed and crawls into bed, there should be zero reason why when I pick up the fucking socks tomorrow that I grumble under my breath.
Sure.
This is the dynamic of our household now. Now, if we were both working 40-hour plus work weeks, pick up your own fucking socks.
Right.
Okay, but if I'm not the house bitch, and that's my new title, all the things that go along with being that also include
Picking up the socks.
Picking up the socks, but going to Target, getting a Starbucks, walking around and looking at all the shit that I don't need.
Is house bitch a promotion?
I felt like it was.
Depends on who you ask.
Yeah. I mean, there's going to be a lot of these like feminists that are like, oh, we worked so hard to get here and you're just sliding back into old traditions and blah, 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 blah. Listen, you're all fighting about pronouns. I just want to fucking sit at home, do the chores that I need to do, have my husband come home. Like, it actually makes me upset where like he comes home after working and I want to cook him a meal and he's like, no, I'm fine. I don't want to eat. Well, you're going to eat this fucking meatloaf.
I want to feel useful.
I put on this apron. You're eating the meatloaf. No, I mean, and the whole like Amazon package, because I do have to say there's so many times where like he'll bring in the packages because he always gets the mail. Like, he gets the mail, he takes the trash out and brings the trash cans in. And he's like, what is in this box? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, you don't remember what you ordered? And I'm like,
That's
well,
shit.
because you think of something and you're like, oh, let me just do that. Because they've made it so easy now, Amazon, right? Like, so you just order it. It could be like fucking pencil erasers to laundry detergent.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
And it's not all coming in the same box.
Right. Which somebody should look into that. But, you just go with it. But no, but like, I don't know. I feel like anybody who sits there and tells you that in the relationship is not transactional is just full of shit.
Yeah.
It's not even just about the sex. It's about the whole thing.
There's other things in play.
Yeah.
And it's not normally like talked about as like, hey, I'm going to do X and you do Z and you're getting some tonight, right? It's all part of the relationship.
But let's be realistic. If I was a dude and I went out on a date with somebody and I was, well, I guess, okay, let me spin that. If I was out on a date and the guy was nice and charismatic and a gentleman and, had shown interest in my interests and pulled out my chair and opened my door and paid for the meal. It's not that, because he paid for the meal, he's getting laid. There's so many other factors to this. Okay. That's called an escort. Also available as an option. I mean, we live in a world where like girls are literally selling their shoes on the internet or their used underwear on the internet. I'm not mad about these girls.
Ugh.
I'm not mad at these girls. I'm really not.
Yeah.
Get it. Do it. Somebody's going to buy her shit. Go ahead. As long as it's not my husband. I don't care. Do your thing. You're hustling. Go hustle.
He can sell his feet online.
Who? My husband?
Your husband.
I'll hold the lighting. What if that was what makes him happy? Whatever. I mean.
And brought in the money. His feet pics.
His foot only
I don't
fans.
know. I mean, I think that whatever you do, whatever your game is, there has to be communication. You got to talk about what it is you're doing and what the motivation for what you're doing it is. You know what I mean? Keeping the lights on. Got to do some shit to keep the lights on. But I mean, I don't know. I honestly think that God, we're gonna get letters in now. You talk about how like nobody knows that we exist. Okay, would you like me to clean up my statement?
No.
Would you like? Because here's the reality. I think that whatever, man or female, whatever, there's a dynamic in a household.
Sure.
whatever your role in that household is, or your role to be the provider, your role, that's your role. Okay. I understand that there's a lot of people that'll be like, well, if you weren't there, then, he'd be doing his own dishes and doing his own laundry. Yeah. And he'd also be saving $300 a month on fucking Target runs.
And Amazon packages.
Yeah. And Amazon packages. Yeah. So, I mean, let's be realistic here.
Starbucks. That's gotta be another.
Oh, fuck. $8 a latte for fucking steamed milk and a crushed bean. It's ridiculous. And a fucking whisper of pumpkin spice. Jeez. Fuck, dude. It's criminal at this point.
Is this personal to you?
It's just criminal. I just walking through the store and looking at the prices of things, and I'm like, this better come with a small child to wash my baseboards. Like, why is this much money? What is going on here? This seems astronomical and unnecessary, but whatever.
I
digress.
That, I was really infatuated by the promoting to, what you call a house bitch. I'd love to have one of those, because I just want to come in and just be like, just throw all my shit on the ground.
No. You can't.
I want to spike my socks on the ground, spike my shit on the ground.
You're
take off my wet
misunderstanding.
clothes and just fucking
I don't know what about my personality. No.
Make a couple $1 million a year. We can work on that.
See? Everyone has a price.
Exactly. Look, but I don't know about what about my personality makes you think that would ever fly. But the reality is that, if my husband came home cranky from work and maybe was a little bit like, I don't know, rash or, curt, them 1950 words, then.
Spell that, by the way. Curt.
It's a word.
It means brief, abrupt,
Spell
direct.
that for me?
No.
You want country of origin too? What is this, like second grade spelling bee?
I just want to know. I mean, you guys are very confident that that's a word, which not going with that.
It's a word.
I think that she was playing into what you were trying to say.
No.
And was like, oh yeah, that's definitely a word.
I think there is an art into taking care of your spouse. I believe in that. I do.
Yeah.
And I think that we have strived so. We have it's been a long journey of us trying to build independence as women, that there is an art to that. It's okay to be a housewife. It's okay to take care of a man. Like I don't know. I just don't see the problem in that.
I think.
But nobody's going to take advantage of me. You treat me like shit. No, I'll bury you in the fucking backyard. And then I'll get my Amazon packages in peace.
To build off your point, I think that everyone's household can be different.
Yeah. Oh,
it doesn't
100%.
have to follow societal norms.
Right.
And everyone can make just their situation work for them.
But don't we live in a society now where like there is, I feel like there's this overall idea of, be what you want to be and be an individual, but not like that.
Sure.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for me to say that, like, and I'm using humor and I'm using like really harsh examples to make a point, but the reality is like, even being like the housewife, like you still demand respect and you expect to be treated with respect. And you know what I mean? I make a joke out of it, but I just don't see anything wrong with that. But I had a conversation with somebody not too long ago where she was like, well, you're just becoming a housewife again, just sliding back all the history that women have made. So every time I buy a bra to keep up my tits, is that a problem because we used to burn them in the street in one time? Like, no, like it's fucking okay.
Sure.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be okay.
Tell me about that spelling.
C-U-R-T. Rudely brief. In a sentence. His reply was curt.
Country of origin.
It's very vague, but.
What do you mean vague? It's a fucking Webster's definition. Is this what you deal with all the time?
Yes.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I have a feeling.
Yes.
People out there in dire need of help.
I can't wait.
Okay. Well, since you guys brought up some financial items, Amazon packages and transactional relationships, right? I figured we could go to this individual here.
Let me take a break first before we do that.
All right.
You literally led her down to start her spiel and then cut her off.
I couldn't wait to. I let her get right into where she was about to be like.
He definitely set me up with a cue and then decided to take a break, but we can definitely take a break as well.
That's okay. On the break, she's going to be on Amazon. Oh!
We actually do need some.
Okay. All right. We'll be back. Cece, I didn't mean to cut you off.
All right. So as I was saying,
It's Amazon.
No more packages.
All right. So
Return.
these are a little bit more seasoned individuals. They're let's round up. They're 30-ish, late 20s, early 30s.
Jay doesn't like when you round. It's fine though.
I know, but I'm gonna round. They're late 20s.
I got something for that
Early 30s.
shit later on, by the way.
Is it Common Core? Because we don't live that here.
Yeah.
Okay. So the scenario is, I like to call this one Sugar Daddy. Okay, so
I cannot wait.
basically, it's the gentleman writing in. The concern is that these individuals have been together for 2 years, roughly.
Okay.
They have been living separately, but their leases are up soon, and they have been planning to move in together, right? Love it when that happens. Good timing. And they were planning on splitting things. Money has never been an issue. They live comfortable lives. They've been splitting things this whole time. Didn't want to change it when they moved in together. However, recently, within the last month, right around the same time, the gentleman got a really high-paying job that they were not expecting to get.
Cool.
Thought
she acts.
specifically says thought I wasn't qualified for the job, but they loved me, blah 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 blah, gave me an offer. Love it. That's how it happens sometimes. And it basically, love this too, doubled his salary. While this was exciting, she now seems even more excited than he does about this, and is suddenly booking a lot of fancy reservations for restaurants, and also he pays for the majority of it all of a sudden. And then she feels that splitting it, moving in together, splitting the finances is no longer fair. Basically, he said, I want to stick to the original budget that we had come up with, right, initially, to split everything. And she said that she doesn't want that. And he is a little concerned that she is now taking him for, taking advantage of his newfound wealth. And he said he does love her. He doesn't want to go nuclear, but would really appreciate some advice on the best way to approach the situation.
Fucking words people choose. You're not much of a fucking
Kurt?
nuclear. I don't want to go nuclear.
His problem is what again?
She's trying to spend his money.
She doesn't want to split the rent anymore, and they're about to move in together because he got a much higher paying job. So she doesn't feel it's fair. And she's also out there making dates for them with expensive restaurants now.
How long did they get together again?
They've been together for about 2 years.
But
they don't live together yet.
Because they each had their own lease. Where's your notepad?
I know, right?
Don't do that anymore. Graduated. I'm a professional. I don't need that. Johnson, bring me my notepad.
He also says, and I think this may be relevant. Let's add this one little note for context. At first, when this behavior of not wanting to pay for things started, when he got this recent job, he said, I was happy to treat her for nice celebratory dinners when I got the job, but she keeps setting up more and more.
Oh, boy. You want to open with this?
I don't like the way you looked at me on that. Like, do you want to open it like as if... How about you start?
I started the last 9.
It's not even a number that applies to tonight, but that's fine. The easy solution is do something off of percentages. That's the easy solution. If she makes $5 a month and he makes $500 a month, splitting it, that isn't an appropriate response, in my opinion. It would be that you would take a percentage of her pay, her overall pay, and a percentage of his overall pay.
Sure.
So if you each put in 25%, of your overall pay to pay for the bills of the home, then
that's fair.
That's fair. Because 25% of 25% of 500, vastly different.
Mm-hmm.
I will also add that they were both already making six figures. Must be nice.
So,
why are we even talking about this?
Because he's going to go nuclear if we don't. Fucking people. So that's my take on that, honestly. Build a budget, split particular bills. You know, I mean, if that's the thing, you know, okay, you make more money, so you take the mortgage is $3,000. Okay, well then what bills are you paying that matches that amount? She doesn't even make $3,000. It's a tip scale in an awful direction. That's not appropriate, in my opinion. Now, her randomly making reservations and just spending his money hand over fist, also not appropriate either. She needs to knock that shit off. But again, if people would communicate, maybe they can come to a common consensus on how they want to spend the money.
I have a hard time even talking about this because I didn't realize that they were making six figures both. And I kind of feel like...
and his got doubled.
You're working for... Sorry, you've been living... Or you're in a relationship for 2 years.
Right.
You're thinking about moving in together, which is the relationship's heating up, getting a little bit more serious.
Yeah.
But you're having financial issues to the point where you want to split everything even Stevensies, right?
Well, and I don't even know. I mean, I don't understand. Okay, so for instance, I know some like financial individuals who they like their wives and husbands, they don't even have the same accounts. Mm-hmm. They invest differently. Everything is separate. They have access to each other's accounts in case of emergencies and things like that.
Sure.
But they keep it separate. And they are both financially wealthy. So I don't know if there's something to that, but I see your difficulty in talking about it because it kind of seems like it's a drop in the bucket. Like if you both are making X amount of money, why are you arguing over dumb shit? I think that he's just saying like, hey, she's ramping up our eating out and ramping up where we're eating out.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe they're that wealthy. Well, no, you said their salary was
six figures. Like where the fuck are they eating?
I don't know.
Yeah, he does say that they both had previously made six figures and were living comfortably, and now it seems as though she wants to push it to a luxury lifestyle.
I say, well, I mean, who cares? Okay, within conversation, but I don't see the problem in that. If I'm making the money, if the money is there, like let's say my husband doubled his salary, we would discuss it though.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
There should be a discussion. There should be a communication. He should have communicated that a long time ago to be like, hey, why? Let's not keep doing this like this, once and twice a month of going to these places. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not going out and buying a Birkin bag. It's not happening just because I decide I can.
Mm-hmm. But the issue was really about, that and also the rent, right?
Well, no, I think he was using that as an example, saying like, oh, now she doesn't want to split the rent. Basically, in her mind, I would assume, look, they've been together for 2 years, living separately, both making six-figure incomes. I don't think she's a gold digger. I think she's got her own gold to dig. I'm not, I don't believe that's what it is. But now homeboy has doubled his income.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, do we really need to split the rent?
Right.
I think she should pick up a bill here and there, a treat. It was, celebratory dinner. She probably should have paid for it.
And it kind of seemed like they're not on that part of their relationship where...
How are you not after 2 years?
Right.
They need to be talking about this. Much money, yeah.
It's like, how are you guys already not sharing like accounts and like, it leads me to believe that maybe they're not that solid in this relationship. That they're having financial issues like this, because if you guys are making that much money, you worry about, if she's paying her half of whatever her lifestyle that she's living. Maybe you're just not comfortable with being with that person.
Yeah, and I understand that coming into new money and you feel weird about it. You don't know how to spend it. You don't know what to do with it, right?
Sure.
But again, it all boils down to communicating. Like literally every single one that we have done in how many episodes? What is the 8th one?
Yes.
Like it's all a lack of communication. I have this feeling and I don't know how. I don't feel comfortable enough to articulate this feeling to this person. Therein lies the problem. I should be able to tell my husband or my significant other anything. And it's not to say that we're at times where even I was like, oh my God, how do I breach this? Or, oh, how do I say this? Or, how do we get past this? Or does this really matter? But it all boils down to finding a way to talk to that person. And money is such a big thing. I don't know why people have such an issue talking about money.
You mean they're scared to bring it up in conversation?
Yeah, or like it's such a sensitive topic. Like, it's fucking money. It's literally paper.
Yeah. I can also get behind the fact that if this guy's now doubling his money, that maybe he's wanting the budget in a way where he doesn't want to be like, hey, I know that I'm making more, but I still want to stick to my financial standards that I've had where, we're paying the bills on time. We're not going beyond our means. Then
I think if I were her and he brought that to me, my next question would be like, okay, I'm fine with that. What is your intention with that additional money that's now in our lives? Mm-hmm. Are you saying to me, hey, I want to keep our budget the way that it is because I'm going to literally take a significant amount of that doubled income and put it into this Roth IRA, whatever, because I want to, save money to buy us a house one day. Mm-hmm. If they're talking about marriage, saving money to start a family. What's your intention with the money? If it's just because you're bogarting money like fucking Scrooge McDuck, well then...
He's building a giant fucking pit.
Yeah, I'm like, then I don't fucking see the point of that.
Exactly. His mattress.
I don't see the point in that. So, again, communicating, well, what are your intentions with that money? Or, why do you feel that we can't live a more luxurious life? Like, who knows? This chick might have come from nothing, scraped her way all the way to the top, and now she's making 6 figures, and maybe she's... looking to, I think it's all right to spend the money. I mean, sure. I don't know. I
can't imagine doubling my money.
You're right.
I kind of feel like if I was doubling my money, like I'd never even be able to get out of the front door of my house. It'd just be fucking quadruple the amount of packages from Amazon.
I'd have a fucking
I'd be swimming through the boxes to get out of my house to get to my fucking car.
Oh my God.
Who gives a fuck? I'd have a pet peacock. I don't give a shit. And he's like special food shipped from wherever the fuck they come from. Like, I mean, look, we're very smart with our money and, where we try to be and, we're very comfortable, but we've talked about every move we made. And not that it was without difficulty because there are some times where, I view it to be done a certain way. He views it to be done a certain way, but like, the mark of a good relationship is being able to come together in a compromise and both people feeling heard.
Sure.
It's not always perfect on how you get there, but I mean, this dude, if this guy in any way, shape, or form is just insinuating that she is like a gold digger, then I'm gonna be very.
I just thought of something funny.
Well, please.
All right. This is what I would do if I was this guy.
Oh, please.
I wouldn't say a fucking word. I'd let her take you on the next fucking fancy ass date. Be sitting there, I'd be fucking picking my teeth with the last fucking piece of steak that I just ate and be like, oh shit, you got this? And just dip.
Okay, well, so she makes six figures. She probably would get it.
Just do it every time. Just keep doing it. And so she's like, oh, she's the one paying for all the meals now. Maybe she'll be like, all right, let's go to a Waffle House this time because this motherfucker keeps forgetting his wallet.
Okay, so I actually
most juvenile solution ever.
Well, hold on, but there's theory in this because when I was dating somebody,
oh, she's already done this. See,
wait,
how's it juvenile?
Wait, no, I never suggested anywhere that I couldn't pay for. I never wanted to get for real.
You never suggested that you were gonna pay for it though.
No, but like if he said to me, hey, I'm taking you here.
Sure.
Okay, you're taking me there.
Okay.
Got it. But if he said to me, hey, babe, where do you want to go? I'm not going to be like the fucking Ritz-Carlton. No, because my broadcast can't pay for that. That's not happening.
Okay.
So if it was ever a joint decision on where to go, I never suggested anywhere that I could not pay for.
Okay, so you're saying that she shouldn't be...
Like, she shouldn't be expecting for him to pay for it.
Right.
And she should always be making the reservation with the intention to pay or with the idea that she could.
Yeah. That's my advice. That's what I'm going with. And I think that's going to be one of the best answers. You don't pay for shit. You forget your wallet, you show it to us, but...
we just...
you want to take bets on if that's in here?
Okay, yeah, let's see. I mean, I'm trying to think of like the community and what it's going to be saying. You drop that gold digging bitch. I'm going to go with that.
Is that what you're?
I don't think that's rational, but I'm gonna say that that's in there.
First answer.
Going full on luxury right away is foolish. Smart money is to live as though you never got the pay increase and save that shit.
Okay.
And then
boring advice.
After that, it says this is exactly what you should do. Money is one of the main reasons relationships don't work out, and your girlfriend is giving you some valuable information about her maturity and her abilities to use money as a partner. Listen to what she's telling you and act on that info as you see fit.
When did Dr. Phil show the fuck up? That was the most political ass answer.
Yeah, I think we should put my best answer in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's type it in there. Let me say updates you get.
Updates.
My Lord have mercy.
Yeah, that's how I would handle it. I think I'm very confident in my situation that's how I would handle that situation.
But I will say,
and then communicate afterwards.
Both of these
you don't like that shit, did you?
Both of these answers assume that you're going to talk about it.
Sure.
The fact that you have a significant other, when your response is to kick them in the teeth and then go, guess you won't do that again.
No.
That's what you just said. Roll it back.
No, see, if you're going to do stuff like that's apples and oranges. If you're going to make like references like that, they got to like line up. Those aren't even close. Kick her in the teeth.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm talking about if I'm going to do something.
You said
her intentions are foul, right? She's going there with the intent to not pay. So if I go there with the intent to not pay as well, with her not knowing that I'm going to do that, that's even Stevens.
You're assuming, which by the way, last episode, watch it. Assuming makes an ass out of you and me.
That's not what you said.
That is exactly what I said. You're assuming that she's doing that with ill intention.
She may not be doing with ill intentions, but she's just like, woo, look at all the money we got. I'm not fucking using any of mine.
No, I agree that a classy individual would, like, for instance, I don't care if my husband won the fucking multi-million-dollar lottery. If I was going to go, if we were going for a celebratory dinner, I would still pick up that check.
Sure.
Because I think that's the right thing to do. So if she's not putting her money in just because she assumes he has more. Okay, let's take this like to a whole nother level. If you're going to be living in the same house, sharing the same space, I don't think that it is unrealistic for her to ask that expenditures be paid based on percentage of your income.
And that's something I was going to address as well.
However, if you're going out entertainment-wise, you shouldn't just assume that he should pay for the whole thing because he makes more money than you.
If this relationship was minimum 5 years, they're married.
Which, by the way, they're not married after 2 years.
Sure.
So,
I know. And then they're married. I'm wondering what the fucking problem is because they should be sharing money anyways. And it shouldn't really be about who pays what. Because they should have an account that's a joint account because it's their money. Because you're not really supposed to be planning for separating, right?
But some people are just not good with money.
Yeah,
some
that's
people
fair.
They're just not good with it, and they need a tighter rein than others. And like the people who always slide the card and never look at the account because they just like a credit card, right? They're just awful with credit cards, better with cash. There are people that are designed that way. If she is seeing an increase in her available money, so she's like, let's live a better life or a more lavish life. There's nothing wrong with that being what she wants to do. It's wrong that it wasn't articulated first and agreed upon both parties.
Sure.
Because even if you're putting all the money into one pot and every month that pot has $9,000 in it or whatever the fuck they've got, it's still a culmination of both of your money and it should be decided how that money's going to be spent.
Based on what you said, do you think it's more of a thing where it's like, even though it's only been 2 years, in her mind, they're living together forever. And even though they haven't moved in with each other and gotten married, she believes that this relationship is going to go to the grave. So she believes that spending the money is like, well, it's our money anyways. When he's thinking it's like, well, I could break up with this bitch tomorrow. I still don't know if I want to be with this girl for the rest of my life. This is a problem that she's spending all this money because I'm still not sure if I want to pull the trigger on this.
It sure ain't helping her get a ring. That's for damn sure.
No.
But I mean, if that's the way he's thinking, the money doesn't even matter. You know what I mean? In my opinion. So at this point, if she wants to live a little lavishly, the big thing that I could say, the takeaway, what exactly was his question though? What he should do?
His question is, he wasn't sure if he should stay with her and what he should do.
Shouldn't stay with her. How about just talk to her first? How do people make this like?
He was the one that was going to go nuclear. Remember?
How the fuck?
Oh, you heated up so bad. Holy, you just went nuclear.
I don't understand.
I see a vein popping out of your head right now. Holy shit.
Because I don't understand how people just come to this conclusion of, I don't know if I should stay with her. You haven't even fucking talked to her.
And before this raise, they were ready to move in. So just shows you how much money changes things.
If you could share a bed with me, but then so quickly be like, I don't know if I should stay to her, and then turn to the internet for fucking advice anyway. Like, you know what? She shouldn't stay with him. How about that?
Right?
She shouldn't stay with him.
Deserves better.
Because
screw the money.
This is for him.
No.
We're trying to answer this man's advice. He's the one that came to us. There's no problem with her. She just racking out money.
He needs to talk to her and not the internet.
I mean, we wouldn't have a show, but regardless, like, I hate it. I hate it when I hear that line. I don't know if I should stay with her. Your fucking deciding
he didn't
factor.
Say that.
Yes, he did. Did he not?
Oh.
His deciding factor is what the internet tells him to do.
He said, wondering whether or not I really want to continue in this relationship if we can't go back to the setup that we had.
If we can't go back to the setup we had. Not if we can't come to an agreement. Diction.
He's making double money. I mean, his options now.
You know what? Oh.
We also don't know if either of these people...
Okay.
I think it also depends on if either of these people come from money, right? Like if you've never had money before, of course you're going to want to spend it.
Yeah.
Maybe he comes from money.
But I mean, if she comes from money, she probably doesn't know how to spend it. I mean, if she had a rich family, she's probably spending...
It goes either way, I guess. If you were raised rich, you can either...
I can't believe you took it there. I knew.
Why?
I don't know why. You know what? Actually, I don't know why I'm surprised you took it there. But yeah, his options.
It was like the couple. Remember that in what episode was that where we talked about the guy that was he was getting the Letterman jacket for I think that was episode 5. So he was getting the Letterman jacket from the girl because he had just made the college pro team.
That's not why he was getting it, but that's fine.
Okay, whatever. But he was going on to be a college,
He got signed into college.
Pro something baller.
Yeah, you felt like my answers weren't genuine or nice to him for...
Oh, no. Yeah, because you weren't genuine. Nice. Yeah, his options have just changed, and now he's getting, pro basketball player woman.
And if that's the case, that's fine. But don't say that it's because of the money, then. Don't say it's because she's spending all my money.
No, he's just trying to piss me off right now.
Why are you so quiet?
Because I'm trying not to go nuclear. His options. His options are to be buried in a gold casket.
To be fair, I know that was joking, but he might be a sleazebag. He might be a type of dude that's just like, I am making this amount of money, and maybe I don't want to be with this girl. Maybe he thought that this is what he was worth, and now he's making double.
Ooh, let's write a story.
I'm out of this.
Let's write a story. Maybe this guy is a piece of shit. Let's just, okay?
I was playing devil's advocate, though. He might not be.
You just said it. I'm running with it.
I was devil's advocate. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Then now
now you want to play devil's advocate?
Okay, so now maybe she's like, she knows what's coming. So she's like, I'm going to take that bag with me. Yeah, why not?
So she's spending all his money knowing that he's just about to break up with her.
Yeah. Maybe maybe when he got the money, he started talking about the leagues that he could reach, which I don't know.
I said options, not leagues.
Whatever. This whole hall pass mentality that men have.
You're going back to that movie again, aren't you?
Yes, because it totally, it makes sense. But if this is the thought process that he's like, oh, I can make all this money now, I can bag any bitch I want. She's like, not without me getting a whole fucking wardrobe first.
I was going to say, he only mentions the
The food?
The dinner reservations, but we don't know about
all the Amazon packages?
If he saw the credit card statement yet.
Can you imagine if she's buying cars and shit and just not telling him about it?
You can buy that online now.
God, I hope he's not going through that, but you never know. You know? I mean, I think at this point, if she's just spending his money all willy-nilly.
You know what? Let's reverse this. He got a better paying job. What if he lost his job? What if he got demoted and he made less money? I bet you he'd be crying, fucking revamping that structure and that budget if he couldn't afford it, right? But now because he's got more money, he's like, no, baby, it all stays the same. But if he fucking fell down a flight of stairs, broke a fucking leg, and now is only on fucking unemployment, and he's making less money, he'd be like, hey, baby, I don't think 50-50 is the right way to go about it. And if she turned around and said, no, we need to keep everything the way it was because that's what she's just a fucking bitch. That succubus bitch. That would be the direction of this conversation.
You think so?
Fuck yeah. But because he is making more money and his options are different. Is that word? Is that the word options?
Is that not realistic?
Okay, well, his options could easily change if he got pushed. I mean, if he fell down some stairs and he broke a leg.
But that's not the case. He's making double his money.
His options may be prettier, but they won't be lasting.
They're going to spend more money.
Yeah, exactly. They'll be in it for the wrong reasons.
Not if she continues this little method.
What? Oh, because he got more money? He's broke.
He's going to be getting some girl from overseas and establish some very quick ground rules.
Oh, Lord.
And a quick green card.
That shit's expensive.
He got the money.
That's the road, yeah, right.
He got the money.
But if that's the road he wants to go down, that's a little concerning.
He does say that he doesn't. This is why I titled it "Sugar Daddy." He feels like she's treating him like a sugar daddy, and he feels gross about that.
Really?
Oh my god.
That's I don't even want to go into that. Anyways,
That's a different episode.
All right.
He feels gross about it.
I didn't even know how to unpack that one.
It's that.
We're getting down to the wire here.
My brain short circuited on that.
Yeah. Nuclear. See, he said nuclear.
He didn't want to go nuclear.
He sounds like he's 20 years older than her.
And,
Does it say the ages?
Yeah.
Oh. Am I right?
No.
Okay, good.
He's 28. She's 29.
Who the fuck is making 6 figures?
Right?
Oh my goodness.
You'd be surprised.
Jeez. TikTok fucking celebrities? Is that what's going on?
I can't do the dances.
No, there was an interview for this one.
Well, we're coming down to the wire. Do you have any closing arguments for this? While you're staring through my soul right now?
I don't.
For saying options.
No, it was the way you said it, okay?
Oh, yeah, was that
Options.
Diction and inflection, okay? They're very important things in a conversation.
Did I say it like I was backing him up?
You said it with the insinuation, like, upgrade.
Oh, God. All right. Well, go ahead and do your closing because we got to cut out.
Closing? I don't have anything to say to this man or this situation.
Okay.
How about you close?
Communication is very important. I think anytime you run into the problem like this, you can't let these things happen 3, 4, 5 times and then be like, well, what the fuck is going on? It's like, if you see these things happening, talk about it after the second time. Like, hey, bitch, we can't afford to do this shit anymore. Why are you spending all this money? We can't fucking go to
Diction.
such and such place and fucking start spending all kinds of cash because I got it. Maybe he hasn't even hit his bank account yet and she's spending all this shit fucking money.
He could have probation for the first time.
Yes, and exactly, probation. So he might get fired like you were talking about, and now he doesn't have options. But yeah, that's all I mean. I think that, talk to these individuals. Be like, hey, work out a plan. Don't let things build up over time and go fucking ask about it online when you get to a problem where it's like, oh, she spent all this money. It's like, no, let it happen once or twice and then like, all right, I need to address this situation. And then you can probably work it out. It doesn't have to be a whole big thing.
When did that become so problematic for people?
I don't know. I think people are scared to be vulnerable because when they talk about it, and they have to open up and maybe share their feelings and talk in a way that makes them vulnerable. I don't know.
It's almost like what makes a relationship successful.
Maybe so. So, yeah. That is my closing statement for today.
Good luck to the people, because...
You just peace out to people like you're done with
Fucking...
Good, I'm done giving... This is my last episode. I am signing off.
Poor homeboy goes nuclear. Fucking, I can't. With that.
All right. Well, Tennessee, it's good having you here. It was a good episode.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. CC, always enjoy.
That has to be
never
closing.
gonna, that's never gonna. Thank you for reading the questions off for us.
Thank you.
We'll catch you guys down the road.
Next time.
See you.
Bye.